We need to go after the political whips. The political whips whip the politicians into alignment with this corrupt regime, and all parties, I repeat, have suggested that inoculation be a strategy. They recommend. That is same ship, different flag. Seriously, guys, please wake up to the reality that the truth is stranger than fiction. We have been lied to. We have been told that the politicians have the answers. Well, they're a de facto government until we hold them personally liable in their private capacity. Yes, you, man or woman that is watching this, both as a private citizen, of which we all are, and also a private citizen acting in a public position. You need to understand that you may get paid good money to sell out people for profits, but you are going to pay in the long run with your soul. The karmic weight of that choice is a very heavy one, my friend. You think life was hard this time round? Well, try coming back when what you've tolerated becomes what you then, as the reincarnated version of your soul, because you had to come back since you had so much karmic density, it kept you bound in the cycle of samsara, suffering, or the cycle of reincarnation. You had to come back because you didn't learn the lessons, and then you have to live with the consequences your soul is choosing right now. There are traditions that consider generation 7 ahead of them who are making that choice because they understand the karmic implications of that choice. And some would say, okay, well, that's great for them, and that's a good idea, but, you know, right now we've got the opportunity to make a lot of money, and who cares? Well, I want you selfish ones to think about the fact that if reincarnation is actually the way that it goes in a universe where energy is recycled, and you've got to just simply change the container, but the energy, the life form, the light that is within that then escapes like steam out of a kettle that is still water in a different form. Well, if it gets re-embodied in another body that you then get to experience as that version of you, with the consequences of the choices that this version of you made at this turning point time in humanity's history, when we are given a choice to stand the line, we're being given a choice to be the line. We are being given a choice to stand, to not crawl through life on our knees, but to take a stand and say, damn it, yes. Next generations are worth it. And if you need to factor yourself into that picture to make it worth your while because you are very much about yourself, then let that be the case. And ultimately, just embrace the fact that you are required to stand up right now, my friends. We are all being called to stand up. There is no individual that is alive. I almost said citizen, except that is the property of the corporation, of the municipal, provincial, federal governments that do the bidings of the people, for the people, right? No, we're not experiencing that in the fact that this election is happening in the first place. Given Article 61 of the 1215 Magna Carta was evoked March 23rd, 2001, and has never been remedied, it is actually illegal to do so. And anyone that is participating in this corrupt scheme must, yes, I'm aware that in common law you have to have first-hand testimony of all aspects of what you are referencing, and I do not have first-hand knowledge of the 1215 Magna Carta. I was not personally, as this version of me, alive at that time. Just to clarify, since this is public record, and all that I say can and will be held against me in the court of law, which is land, air, and water. Land, common law; air, ecclesiastical canon law; water, maritime admiralty law; also contract law. What you say yes to, what you consent to, what you tolerate, the next generation will embrace, because those will be the policies and the canons that their society or culture the cult you are then, live by, or the common law, which is the most powerful, for that is the common land that all of us stand on as private individuals, not citizens, which is an oxymoron. Such as a sovereign citizen, you cannot be sovereign and a citizen, which is owned and free. You cannot be both, which is why freedom is actually similar in the fact you can either be free to express yourself as a traveler in this world, or you can be dumb and not know how to express yourself, which means other people then speak for you, and then your life is determined by the hands of others. Well, I have watched firsthand other people make decisions for ones who could not express themselves fully. And it is a very difficult thing to watch, because the discomfort others feel when that person, not a person that's a trust, as one of the definitions, if you look it up, it will make you ponder, woman or man. For a woman or man to be able to hold space for another woman or man to find the word without giving it to them is a very sacred activity. And it's very challenging for a lot of people that are in a rush, because life is busy. It's busyness, right? It's so busy, and yet we gotta do what we gotta do to live on the free side of freedom. It's why I never got free tattooed on my body anywhere. I didn't care then about the connotations of freedom, but now I do. And because I do, I'm grateful I never got freedom on me. Oh, but if we embrace both, we can truly be free to be me, and for you to be you, and for us not to judge one another, even though our BS belief systems may be different. Why do we feel like we need to be aligned in all things to be connected? Even I fall into that trap, because I just want respect to be at the foundation of my relationships. I have given up a whole life in England because respect was not at the foundation of the relationship. When a 12-year-old tells you, but daddy has the power, oh F you. Pardon me, I do still have the humanly aspect of me. I still send love and thank you, but F you, no way will I give my power away. My inner prostitute, of which we all have, she said no effing way. I add in the effing because sometimes there's a dramatic emphasis of it when we agree to go beyond being fine. How often do we fall in line because we said we're fine? How often do we fall in line because we said we're fine? How often do we fall in line because we said we're fine? How often do we fall in line because we said we're fine? Oh, I am fine, I say, when I do not want to talk about how I really am, because I'm fed up, insecure, naive, negative, emotional. I'm fine, I don't want to talk about it, no effing way. That is what I wanted to say. Oh baby, ooh, I love singing magic, sprinkling a little happy your way. I hope you have a great day. And it's Laura JeH, namaste. Give this one a like and others too. Make sure that you're subscribed because we're about to go on. Alright, I feel like Aladdin. The genie is the genius within that we all have a chance to access now. Please come on the adventure. Laura JeH. what name will you give yourself and live up to?